Changes in behavior or routine. If your partner suddenly starts working late or going out more frequently without a clear explanation, it could be a sign that they are spending time with someone else. This is particularly true if your partner has never worked late or gone out so frequently before. Decreased communication. If your partner is not responding to your calls or messages as quickly as they used to, or if they are avoiding communication altogether, it could be a sign that they are trying to hide something. This is particularly true if your partner used to be very communicative and responsive, and the changes are sudden and consistent. Again, it's important to remember that occasional delays in communication are normal, but consistent delays or avoidance may be a sign of trouble. Secrecy. If your partner is suddenly more secretive with their phone, computer, or other devices, or if they are guarding their privacy more closely, it could be a sign that they are hiding something from you. This is particularly true if your partner used to be more open with their devices and suddenly becomes more secretive. It's important to note, however, that everyone has a right to privacy and it's important to respect boundaries. However, if you notice that your partner is being excessively secretive or guarded, it may be a sign of trouble. Emotional distance. If your partner seems less interested in spending time with you or is less affectionate than usual, it could be a sign that they are emotionally distancing themselves from you because they are involved with someone else. This is particularly true if your partner used to be very affectionate and attentive, and the changes are sudden and consistent. It's important to remember that sometimes people go through phases where they are less emotionally available, but if the changes are consistent and persistent, it may be a sign of trouble. Guilt. If your partner seems overly defensive or guilty about small things, it could be a sign that they are trying to cover up their infidelity. This is particularly true if your partner seems to be overcompensating for their behavior or is quick to become defensive or angry when questioned. It's important to remember, however, that sometimes people become defensive or angry for other reasons, so it's important to approach the situation with compassion and understanding. Unexplained expenses. If your partner is suddenly spending more money than usual, or if there are unexplained charges on their credit card or bank statements, it could be a sign that they are spending money on someone else. This is particularly true if your partner has never spent money in this way before or if they seem to be hiding the expenses from you. It's important to remember, however, that sometimes people have legitimate reasons for spending money and it's important to have an open and honest conversation before jumping to conclusions. Physical signs. If your partner has unexplained bruises or marks on their body, or if they smell of someone else's perfume or cologne, it could be a sign that they are physically involved with someone else. This is particularly true if your partner has never had marks or smelled of perfume or cologne in this way before. It's important to remember, however, that there may be other explanations for physical signs, such as an injury or a new fragrance. It's important to approach the situation with compassion and understanding before jumping to conclusions. It's important to remember that none of these signs necessarily mean that your partner is cheating, and it's always best to have an open and honest conversation with your partner if you have concerns.